Hello everyone. Welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. We're going to be reading the Black Mirror spread, which details a lot of information about toxic or narcissistic relationships that the querent has, experienced in recent past. Thanks for joining again. And thanks so much for your patience. I've been traveling for a bit, and I did need to, handle some things, especially with work. And now that I'm back, I'm going to get back to business as before. So, warmest welcome if this is your first time joining. If you would like to give a like, share, and subscribe if these readings resonate with you, please feel free to do so. Also, if you would like a personal reading, please reach out to me at the information in the description box below. I'll be sure to sort that out for you, and also to help you receive that reading tuned into your specific energies. Also, please be aware of any scammers that are around the internet posing as tarot card readers. These people are scamming, legitimate tarot card readers out of their hard-earned money and clients. And they can actually leave a bad reputation and a bad taste in the mouth of anyone, looking into the tarot community for for their inquiries. So it's important that you block, shun, and report these people whenever possible. If you ever receive like a WhatsApp or a Telegram message saying that it's the tarot card reader, please make sure that you know that that's a scam. Anyways, that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. And we're going to go ahead and peer into the energy surrounding the last, most significant narcissistic relationship that you have had to deal with. Thanks so much. Let's begin. Okay. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Please show me the Black Mirror spread for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Please show me the story of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the Black Mirror spread. Please show me the energy for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the Black Mirror spread. Two more. Please show me the energy in the Black Mirror spread for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, Divine One. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So what is the lesson? How did the relationship begin? How did the relationship progress? How did the relationship end? Okay. So, what was the initial attraction? Okay. What was the intent of the narcissistic person? Wow, interesting. How was the Leo codependent? How was the narcissistic person codependent? And the narcissist card comes out. There we go. So next, we have the coping mechanisms. How did you cope with this relationship? How did the narcissist abuse you in the relationship? How did you begin pulling away? Ooh, there we go. That's my bow. Queen of Swords. That's me. How did they hoover? How did you protect yourself from this narcissistic abuse in relationship? Very beautiful. How did they discard you? Oof. The devil rears its ugly head. And finally, what was the closing of the cycle? There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so what we see here, we have at the bottom of the deck, we have Temperance reverse. This is a relationship that made you very emotionally and mentally unstable. Maybe there was a lot of lack of patience in either wanting to leave the relationship, or there was a lack of patience in dealing with each other. And so that said, that kind of permeates a lot of the energy surrounding the relationship itself. We start here with the Ace of Swords reverse as the lesson. So this is an issue of learning how to speak up for yourself, to be clear in your communication, and to cut out the things that no longer serve you. If you struggled with this in the entire relationship, it is time for you to cultivate this lesson as a way for you to practice this in the real world. You could have also dealt with lies and deception, so it was an issue of learning clarity of thought through getting rid of the dross of deception and mistruths that you had to put up with throughout the course of the time that you were with this person. Now, when you first initially started with them, you were in a very loving and caring relationship. It seemed that you had everything that you needed. Everything seemed to be emotionally balanced. You were able to weather the storm, and it seemed almost like you had your other half. This is a person that seemed very sensitive, kind, and caring initially. And they were able to offer their cup to you, and it seemed like they were doing so with the best of intentions. Well, as they say, the road to hell is paved with intentions, with good intentions. And you found out this was not true. So as the relationship progressed, they went from being this kind, sensitive, caring person to being a person who was basically very aloof, non-communicative, and it almost seems like they put you in the friend zone, where it seems like they're just like, let's be friends, or maybe we can just kind of keep this casual or whatnot. So the way this ended is that it began with a new start. I'm going to see exactly what this entails. Please clarify the Ace of Wands. So I have the Queen of Cups. Now, from what I get from this, it seems to me like I'm just getting in my mind a person who potentially tried to keep the narcissistic person's interest with sex, or vice versa. They tried to keep you with sex, but something about it seemed a bit off, and you kind of felt this internally. Although this person was trying to do this, you knew your own value and your own worth, and you began to withdraw from it and go within yourself. I think that towards the end of the relationship, although they tried to spice things up and make it more exciting, you realized that you weren't going to give your heart away to this person anymore, despite the passionate side that they were trying to show you. And perhaps you realized that all they really cared about was sex in the relationship. They may have deceived or lied to you about that, and trying to tell you that, I do care about you, I do have feelings, or maybe just trying to give the impression that they were interested genuinely within you. But it wasn't that. It was more so they were trying to keep you at an arm's length distance and have sex with you, only to pull back their energy when they needed to retreat from any kind of deep, intimate, emotional connections with you. That Queen of Cups is you. You wanted something deeper, or vice versa. The other person wanted something deeper, but I'm assuming this is you in this reading. while they're offering that wand to you, which is basically the dick card of the tarot. And you look at the Queen of Cups. She is actually saying to herself, do I really need this? I'm actually just going to be good on my own because I see my value. I want something a bit deeper than this. Not this superficial, shallow Ace of Wands, but I want something that goes beyond, the depth of the ocean. So looking into this, what you enjoyed about this person in the beginning is the Chariot. I'm going to assume that this is something where you thought you could move forward in your life with. It seemed almost guided to you by the hands of destiny. Of course, the Chariot being guided by two sphinxes here, one black and one white, representing the positive and negative forces of the universe, guiding the Emperor, who is here, to their destined area. They're leaving the city to go explore new territories and new options. And in doing so, they were able to find, a new path to take in life. And I felt that for you, maybe you felt that you could take this path with this person. Maybe the two of you enjoyed traveling together, or, taking road trips, going on holiday with each other. I think that these were some of the things that you found very attractive, and you wanted someone to share that with you. The intention of the person that you were with, however, came out as the Hierophant reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed. This was a person who was very unstable, non-committal. They didn't really want to give you anything of permanence. This is a person who's very rebellious as well. Perhaps you were drawn to this person by the fact that they did like to travel and they didn't stay in one place for too long. You felt that you could evolve with them because maybe they had some qualities in themselves that you did not have. Maybe you were the more stable person, and this person was a bit more rebellious because they are the King of Pentacles reverse, which means that either one of two things: they were deeply focused in their work, or they were scatterbrained and very unreliable and very difficult to deal with. And they did not have like a penny to their name, but they were very attractive, and they were able to kind of woo you with their rebellious side as well. Unfortunately, non-committal is non-committal. There's nothing you can really do about a person who, of course, the phrase, can't turn a hoe into a housewife, or, for a male. Can't turn a man-hoe into a hubby. I don't know how it goes the other way around, but you get the idea. Anyways, we're going to look at this. When it comes to codependency, however, you have this. You have the Three of Wands reversed. This is a person who is rather impatient. That did come out with you in the Temperance reversed here. Oh, well, it's Page of Swords reversed now. Okay. Yeah, that said, we think about a person who maybe was ready to jump into a relationship. I think maybe they didn't take the time to get to know this person. You being the Leo, getting to know this person in your chart. I'm going to assume this person has several different qualities. They have maybe Taurus. They have some Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Capricorn in their charts, considering the major arcana that have popped out, or at least the court cards that have come out. But the major arcana, we do have Taurus, and then we have Capricorn. So if any of those signs ring a bell, you'll know that. Potentially also Cancer as well, and we do have Taurus again, Libra, with the Empress at this card. So looking into this, we see that your codependency was in making things happen the way you wanted them to work out, and essentially not being patient enough to let things come in, naturally. It was kind of like a forced, I need to control this kind of outcome relationship. Being a Leo, when you want things then and there, right now. And you do want to kind of guide them under your own volition. So again, This is being patient and upright, knowing that your ships are coming in, and this is kind of either forcing or not wanting to wait or be patient on the things that are going to work out. Sometimes the best things come to those who wait, but for you, you felt like you're either running out of time or that sometimes you can be patient on the wrong things, so it's best to know right then and there before making a grievous error. Now, looking into the codependency of this person, of course, non-committal, disorganized, and also an outright bastard. So we're not going to mince our words on that. You fell for an absolute twat who who needs constant validation, who needs to manipulate people, who needs to, put people on their pedestal only to knock them down into the gallows. And this was not a good person at all. This is a person that was self-centered. They only cared about their thoughts. They would gaslight, manipulate you. The King of Swords reverse is a very terrible card for any kind of partner because there's no emotion, there's no care, there's no stability in this person. This is a person who uses their intellect for the negative reasons that are selfish. Sometimes they're very disorganized in their thinking. They lie a lot. They do what they can to make things happen for themselves. It's kind of like the Emperor reversed. An outright control freak, but more so, this is your quintessential narcissistic card for the King of Swords, reversed. So keep that in mind. That was the codependency. This person needs to be in control. They need to manipulate. They need to cause chaos. It's not a very stable person. And I think you knew that, and that was the Temperance reversed coming out. This ended up being a very unstable, unhealthy, toxic relationship. Now, we have the coping mechanisms that come out in this spread. Your coping mechanism was the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is movement of emotions to a new person, and offering sometimes. So maybe you felt that the best way to keep this relationship going was to continue to feed it the love that you thought you could give to it. When you realized that you had maybe rushed into this, and as they say, fools rush in, it's that can be in a positive way as well. You wanted to potentially, when they say fools rush in, it could be that you just wanted to take a leap of faith, like the Fool card, 0, and give this person the love that you thought they needed. Continue offering it to them to feed and nurture the relationship, but you realize it was kind of like investing in a money pit almost. And for you, it seemed that maybe the love that you were giving was not being reciprocated, and that came out to be true because in the other person's spread, you have their abuse tactic was the 6 of Wands reverse. So this is a person who is not giving you the time of day, not giving you any attention when it's needed. And so this is kind of a runner-chaser dynamic. You have water on one side, fire on the other side. You have movement towards something on one side, and you have stuck energy being the 6 of Wands reverse on the other side. So this is definitely seeming like a bit of a push-pull dynamic here, where one person is feeding the relationship and the other person is doing everything they can to ignore it. And I think that was the imbalance that was created in here. So that said, you then began to find a way out of this. So you started to pull away. You pulled away by asking clear communication about the nature of the relationship. What's going on here? Can we sit down? Can we talk? We need to get this sorted out now. Otherwise, I'm going to lose interest in this. Cutting through the bullshit. And that was the Ace of Swords here. Typically, the Ace of Swords, you can almost recognize this as being kind of a peace offering under, the worst kind of judgment. So normally when your sword is upright, you're ready to fight and do battle. You're ready to cut away the things that no longer serve you. But in this, you didn't do that. That was the lesson that you needed to learn. That was the Queen of Swords lesson. When you began to pull away, you began to pull away by being cold, by being detached, trying to be as rational as possible as you could when it came to the certain situations. Why are you being non-committal? What's going on with this? Is this a relationship that I want to continue to invest in? You are becoming more clear with yourself as well. Not just with another person, but sometimes you need to have those nasty negative conversations that dig up all the shit that you don't want to put up with in your own self and in your own psychology. The swords are a psychological card anyway. They're the card of the air, the element of thoughts and the intellect. So it was time for you to get clear on what this relationship was about. Look at her. She's sat looking at all the cards on this table, and she's ready to cut out any of these cards that no longer serve any purpose. So doing that, while you were becoming the Queen of Swords, and when you pulled away, they then began to abuse you by doubling down on the lack of attention. Sometimes they wouldn't call for days. Sometimes they would ghost you outright, not speak to you. They wouldn't respond to any messages. This is the quintessential ignorance is bliss card. This is the Two of Swords as their response. The way they control you and to try to keep your interest. This is a very disgusting card, especially when narcissists do this type of thing, which is devaluation. Is a form of devaluation in the cycle of narcissism. I would strongly recommend that people looking at this channel study the cycle of narcissism and narcissistic abuse, where they love bomb in the beginning, and then they devalue, and then they discard, and then they try to hoover you back in, which is to pull you back in using the same love bombing tactics. So it's important to understand the psychology of the narcissist and how they operate, because then you'll be able to understand why certain cards come out the way they do in the tarot, and especially in the spread. So in saying that, you realized you were just being kind of cut out. You were being discarded, ghosted, for lack of a better word. And so this forced you to know your worth. You're pouring your energy into a money pit, which is like a black hole. There's nothing good that comes out of it. So when withdrawing from this relationship, you protected yourself by knowing your worth. And this is the Empress. This is the Queen of all queens. She is all the four queens combined together. That is the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Combined together, she becomes the Empress. She is the heart and the root of value in the universe. She knows herself. She doesn't chase people anymore. She says, if you're not going to treat me right, fuck off. We're not going to be doing this anymore. I know my value. I rule the universe by not chasing after the things that are not worth my time. The only person that can come in and be my consort, my complement, my divine masculine is the Emperor in the upright. No others compare. And what comes out in this, the way that this person responds by discarding you with devil energy. So when they initially came into the spread, they were the King of Cups. They were sweet, they were very nice. However, towards the end of the relationship, you get the Queen of Cups. So we have divine counterparts here. I'm looking at a person who went from a very sweet, well-natured, well-intentioned person in the beginning to love bomb you. The mask slips. They're no longer the stable, reliable, emotionally, comforting person they were in the past. They are now the outright devil, el diable. And this person, the devil doesn't really have any power on its own. it works to reveal the sources in the areas in your life where you feel restricted, confined, bound, toxic. Flat out, the way this person discarded you is by being an utter twat to you, ghosting you, calling you names, being nasty, verbally abusive, mentally abusive, hopefully not physically or sexually abusive. We're not going to get into that conversation, but you know exactly what you need to do in that situation. When this mask slipped, I think that you realized what you had contributed to this relationship and that it was not worth its weight in gold at all. And the person that you were dealing with, you knew that they could only keep you there by offering something very little. And you knew that all you had to do was get out of this devilish energy. So when this person becomes toxic and negative, you see that there's the Adam and Eve representation here. And in this card, if you can see, there are chains around their neck. These people choose to stay in this toxic relationship. But the chains are very loose, and they can just they can release themselves whenever they want. The only way to get out of the devil energy is to know your worth and know that any time you can leave. So when you began to do this, you closed out the cycle by filling your own cup of love. You looked at this person, you said, why the hell am I interested in this person? What is it? Of what value is this person to me? They only offer their dick, their, whatever genitalia they've got underneath the packaging. And you were in a deep period of reflection about that. It's just like, this is just a sex-based relationship. Why am I putting so much stock and energy and value into this? When all I really need to do is to see this person for the narcissist they are, the toxic person that they are, which is being revealed. You knew it was fun and exciting in the beginning. But as their mask slips and that cycle of in and out energy, no pun intended, begins to surface and show, you realize that this is not something that's going to be satisfactory for me for a long time, because you're leveling up here. You're going from the Chariot to the Knight, to the Queen, to the Empress. And that's the cycle that you are going through right here. You're moving into a higher state of consciousness and a deeper sense of value, which you then find. The Ace of Cups comes in, and then that's how you were able to close this out. I know my worth, I know my value, and my happiness does not depend on you. You can friend zone me, you can show me little attention, you can try to block me out, you can be nasty, you can be abusive to me, but you know what? I'm a fucking amazing person, and there's nothing you can do to devalue me, because I am the Empress. That is what you needed to learn in this whole cycle. So I guess that's pretty much it for today. Thanks so much. This has been for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, looking at the Black Mirror spread, looking into the toxic and narcissistic abusive relationships that you have experienced in the past, the most recent one. If you like what you have seen in this particular reading, please give a like, share, and subscribe. Please feel free to blah, 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 blah. Can't speak right now. Sorry. Let's try that again. Please feel free to ring the notification bell or to ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the future updates. If you want a personal reading, please reach out to me at the information provided in the website below. And also, thank you so much, for sticking with me throughout this. I think it's been almost nearly a month now that I've been reading the tarot and, on YouTube. And I do appreciate your time and attention, and thanks so much. Anyways, I'm going to be signing off. Bye now.